Hi there guys, and today we're going to be running through that solo. Now hopefully you all enjoyed that. It's a relatively simple pentatonic solo, but I've always said, and I always stick by the fact that the simple stuff sounds the best, okay? And to make it sound good when it's simple is really hard work, because you've got to make sure every note is precise, all those hammer-ons and pull-offs, those slides, and just like as nice a possible touch on the guitar. And that's something that as a guitarist you're going to develop over time, okay? But we're going to use the ears for the rhythm, we're going to use the ears for all of this kind of stuff, and the more you do that, the better and better it's going to get, okay? So let's just start going through it. The first thing we need to do is put ourselves in the right key. So the whole song and the whole kind of backing track is in the key of C minor. So what do? We find our C minor pentatonic. So we're going to come up to C. So let's just do this quickly. E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. And now we're going to do our minor pentatonic. So the whole solo is written in that, and you'll find a lot of the most classic, most well-loved guitar solos are just written in one simple shape like that, just played really well. Okay, so the opening part is this. The exact slide that we've been practicing, except in a different key. So we're sliding from the 8th fret to the 10th fret. You can use whatever finger you feel comfortable with. Okay, I don't know why, but I always go for that second finger. I think it just gives me options either side if I needed to do anything quickly. Okay, and when we get to that note, we're going to hold it for just over a bar. So we're going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, now then we're going to do a cool hammer-on lick. Okay, this is going to be quite challenging, guys. It sounds like this. Okay, now what that is I'm simply hammering on from the 8th to the 10th on the D string. Then I'm going down to the G string and hammering on and pulling off straight away. So remember, when you pull off, you kind of pull down and away. I am doing that, just doing it quite quickly. And then back to the root note, which is the 10th fret of the D string. And then finishing on the 8th fret of the G string. Okay, so really slow, that's this. Okay, and then to finish off that bar, we're going to grab the 10th fret, 3rd finger, and slide down to the 8. Okay, so we got this all together. Okay, now let's put that together so far. Okay, so we started with this slide. Okay, then your second lick is followed by, okay, so do this, we're going to do this in very much in small segments. Every time you learn a solo, however big it is, we just learn bar by bar or lick by lick, and then piece those licks together as we go. Okay, so I just want to show you before we piece this all together, the next part, which is this. Okay, which is just simply 8 to 10 and then back on the D string. Okay, so slide up and slide back down again. Okay, so we kind of got, let's call it 3 licks, maybe 4 you could potentially say. And the first one is this. 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh, there we go. And then followed by, okay. So before we do any more, let's get a drum beat going. Okay, now this is at 70 BPM, so we're relatively slow here. And I'm just going to put it to the beat so you can practice with the beat. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3. Okay, we'll go again, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, you might not have been ready to do it quite at that speed yet, but just the more we listen to it against the beat, the more the rhythm's going to sink into us. Okay. Now, at that point of the solo, we're going to move higher up the scale and we're going to go like this. Okay. Now, first things first, you might notice me on the video using my third finger to stretch across from the 8th fret to the 11th fret, okay? Now, really, you should use the little finger there, but there's something that we'll learn gradually as we go through more and more solos, is that sometimes, you know, the stretch across makes a lot of sense, okay? So I'm going to leave that one up to you guys. If you feel more comfortable doing the little finger, then do it. If you feel more comfortable doing the third finger, then do it. Absolutely up to you. If you can do the second finger, then go for it. But whatever feels more comfortable. So I'm going to go 8, 11, and then 8. So that's the 8th fret of the E string, okay? And we're hammering on those first 2 notes and then picking that one, okay? Then we're going to do almost exactly the same thing again, but finish on the 11th fret of the E string, right up there, okay? So those 2 together are this. 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so what we'll do now is I'm going to slow down the beat a little bit, okay, just to really make sure we can do it. 60 BPM, play through everything up to that stage. Okay, so you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3. 2, big gap, 3, here we go. 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, there we are. There we are so far. Now, after that, we get a nice challenging lick, but a really cool one. And it sounds like this. So more pace. This can sound great. This can sound great, and this is the power of the pull-off because and the hammer-on, because you can do them quicker. So all we're doing is from 11th fret down to 8th fret on the B string. Now we're pulling it off once, and then we're doing exactly the same thing again. So we're plucking and pulling off again. Okay, so exactly the same thing twice. Then down to the G string, where we're going to pull off from 10th to 8th twice. Okay, notice we pick it twice. Pick. Pick, okay? Then we come back, back to the root note, okay? And then 8th fret of the G string. So it's like this. Okay? And then to finish off the entire solo, we're going to grab the 8th fret twice. So we're going to hit this 8th fret, but we're going to flatten against the D and the G string to give us a kind of double sound, almost like chord sound, okay? And we're going to slide that across to the 10th fret, both frets, so both strings, sorry, so this is D and G string, and then slide it back, okay? So this is going to really kind of grate on the finger a little bit, but it sounds so cool, okay? Then we're going to go to 10th fret on the low A string, on the A string, and then hammer on from 8 to 10 on the D string. So that last lick. So those last 2 licks together, really slow, sound like this. Okay, so watch that as many times as you need. What I'm going to do now is play through the whole solo at this 60 BPM, so really slow. Here's the sound of the drum, and I'm just going to go through it once the whole way through, and you need to listen to that over and over again to get the rhythms. It's always the process of, first of all, you get the notes, you get the fingers in the right place, you get the technique right. Then gradually you put it together with the beat and with the audio tracks to make sure you've got the rhythms correct. And then you start looking at how to make it all sound as wonderful as possible, okay? So, here it is all together after 4. Ready? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lick 1. Nice and simple. 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 1. Now we go higher. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, there we have it. So, your first solo, it's tricky, you know, it's a hard solo because there's loads going on. It's the first time you've had this much to remember as well. For a lot of new students, it's just the simple remembering of the bits that need to come next. And this is all about repetition, so do it as many times as you can. I want the actual audio, and you need to listen to the audio, put it on your MP3 player, do what you have to do to make sure you have it in your head and in your soul so that you can sing the rhythm. If you can sing the rhythm, then this gets a whole lot easier because you know exactly what you're trying to achieve out of it. So, good luck with that, and I'll see you next time.